Mass formation psychosis is what a lot of people are talking about in the last few days. I think prompted by two Joe Rogan podcast episodes, one featuring Dr. Robert Malone, who was instrumental in the invention of the mRNA technology used in some of the jabs, and Dr. Peter McCulloch as well. Now, I've listened to both of those episodes, both about 3 hours long, and I really highly recommend wherever you can find them. I listened on Spotify to give them a listen. Fascinating and shocking in equal measure. But going back to mass formation psychosis, which both of them touch on and describe, it's something I'm fascinated with as well and have been for a long time. I think certainly since 2016, large parts of our society have been lulled into this deep psychosis. And then obviously since February, March 2020, more and more people have been in its grip. Now, I write about this extensively in my book, which will be out soon, hopefully around about March time. If you want some more information on the book and when it's out, what it's about, what my motivation and inspiration was, and some info on the crowdfunding campaign I've got as well, just click on the description below and there's a separate video about that. And I will also be talking about the book tomorrow in another video. And linking it to my dad and the influence that he had on my life. Now, just as I was about to start reading this chapter to you, the computer's gone off, so let me just find it so I don't have to start this video again. Where are we? Let's see. Now, so here we go. The chapter I have entitled is Psychosis and Persecution in the Name of the Common Good. Now, I don't usually do videos like this where I'll read verbatim. Usually I just do, off the bat impromptu videos. But, seeing everybody's talking about it at the moment, here's some of what I've got to say about psychic epidemics and how they can strike societies. So I'm just going to read it word for word. I hope you don't mind. So, how easy it has been for the propagandists to lull the citizens into psychosis, and how difficult it has been for those same citizens to free themselves. Once the spell of fear and suspicion has been cast, it is fiendishly difficult to break. Indian philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti famously said that it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. How telling I have found this to be, as I have witnessed people adapting and even thriving when the most ludicrous and immoral demands have been placed upon them. It is worth remembering that even though the methods of instilling and manifesting large-scale paranoia and insanity are different to previous historical epochs, the basic premise is the same, as has been witnessed throughout history during all the times when societies have turned mad. We can look to the witch trials of the Middle Ages, the Spanish Inquisition, the Holocaust, the Marxist Russian Revolution, Mao's Cultural Revolution, and the killing fields of Cambodia for other relatable examples of when populations have been manipulated into believing something monstrous, descended into the moral abyss, lost all power of reason, rationality, and logic, and become fixated on an idea so destructive that it leads to warped behaviour, deluded beliefs, and ultimately mass suffering and death. And just as with all of the above examples, the total reordering of society and its values has been justified with the promise of protecting the common good. The enemy this time has not been suspected witches, heretics, Jews, the bourgeoisie, capitalists, landowners, political adversaries, or intellectuals. This time, the enemy has been twofold. First, a virus, and second, anybody who has wanted to open up a discussion about the true deadliness of the virus, as well as challenge the measures imposed by the government. The cry from the establishment has been the same as it has ever been. We will keep you safe. As former President Ronald Reagan remarked, the most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." These are just some of the measures that have been implemented in my country, all in the name of the common good. Mask wearing was enforced at blood donation sessions, so even if you were exempt, you were excluded from donating blood. Official guidance from St. John Ambulance was changed to require first responders not to perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on an unconscious person. Old people were isolated from their lifelong partners when they fell ill and died alone in care homes. Relatives of critically ill patients in hospital, were forbidden from visiting them. Funerals were held in church car parks. Whole year groups of children were sent home from school if just one child tested positive for COVID-19. Cancer referrals dropped by 60% in April 2020 compared to the same month in the previous year. The waiting list for treatment on the NHS rose to 5.5 million people, the highest since records began. Numerous small businesses folded. Suicides and mental health issues spiked due to the debilitating effects of lockdown, and people were forced to take experimental jabs in order that they could visit their families in foreign countries or stay in their job. Who has made these decisions, and what right do they have to decide what is the common good? But again, as history shows, those who advocate for and then implement political philosophies that strive for the common good are absolutely the last people on earth any sane person would want in positions of power. With their delusional thinking, psychopathic tendencies, and insatiable lust for power, they are dangerous beyond words. But worse are the lackeys, petty bureaucrats and underlings, always eager and ready to implement nonsensical measures and rules without question, blind to their own ignorance, bereft of morals and devoid of emotional intelligence. With their endless Zoom meetings, fanatical mask wearing, worshipping of lockdown, adoration of rules, unhealthy appetite for issuing orders, and refusal or inability to observe the catastrophic impact that their actions have had on society. These stooges, more than anyone else, have helped usher in a tyranny. Indeed, it takes only a few overlords to orchestrate and oversee a totalitarian regime, but many ordinary citizens to accept, endorse, and implement it. So there we go. I've got a lot more to say in the book about mass psychosis, brainwashing, indoctrination, and how it's done. But that's just a little teaser for you. Let me know what you think about that. Leave a comment if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up as well, and share the video with anybody that you think it may benefit. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.